Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of StarSound Speaks. This is your host, Irlianna Samsara of StarSound Astrology. So we've got the full moon. Oh my goodness, 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. We are technically Wednesday recording this right now, Wednesday, February 16th. The full moon is in Leo. So a few things to say about that. First of all, with the moon in Leo, I don't know about you, but my cats have been going crazy the last few days, running around the living room like they had what was that, Red Bull, like super caffeinated. And I remembered, oh, that's right, moon's in Leo, going crazy. I mean, like shredding and trying to shred my lovely chair, the upholstered chair, not the one I leave ratty with the cover over it for them to play on, that they can just, go to town on so they can preserve the nice ones. No, of course not. They're cats. They have to do it their way. And so they've been clawing. I have to get some new toys. And I gave one of my cats catnip. Big mistake. Doesn't need any more stimulation. So yes, if you have wild cats, just know that after the full moon peaks, give it another day or two. By the time Thursday, Friday, it'll be not so crazy. Right now, one of them, he's the one that was really going crazy. He's conked out, so he got all his yayas out. But anyway, so full moon, right? Welcome to the full moon in Leo. But anyway, the real theme of the full moon in Leo, we're in this Aquarius new moon cycle, right, of the Sun, Saturn conjunct in Aquarius. Now that we're at the full moon, we're at the pinnacle of this expression. So it's the opposite sign, Leo. And so there's always this emotional bringing up of, this tug of war between the sun and the moon. and there's this balance and integration that needs to happen. But it's certainly a checking in. So what are we checking in on? Well, Leo is the exalted self. It can be the ego. It's certainly our creative drive and passion. It's all things Leo. So leadership, passion, the divine, the will, the personal will, and finding a way to integrate that and bring that out, not at the expense of we have the sun with the sun in Aquarius and the moon 27 degrees to be exact, 59 minutes. So just at almost 28 Leo. So we have the sun and the moon, the desire for freedom and independence, balancing it with the desire for one's free will and expression, the desire to do what's right for the world, the country, the government, society, society at large versus, what about me? So it's like we versus me, and, something's got to give, right? Fixed signs, what's going to give, and we see this very clearly in the conversation, like the trucker convoy, been watching the news for the last couple of weeks and the things going on in Canada, which, by the way, very interesting chart where this is occurring and the lineup. So, again, this is a very, with this energies of, freedom and independence. And then, one side saying, well, this is what freedom and independence looks like, and personal will. And, and then the other side saying, well, no, this is what it looks like. So there's this kind of polarizing thing of, who's going to give. Well, it's interesting to note that it's not just, of course, as we know, this has been going on in different countries. As of right now, it's Israel, The Hague, Brussels, Paris. They've all had these similar convoys, New Zealand. And I have to say that, yeah, so the other, well, let me just finish this. The other interesting, the part about this particular full moon is Venus and Mars, the planets of passion and drive, are exactly aligned with the exact degree let me pull up the chart so I can give you a peek. As you can see here, this is the chart of the United States. So we're looking at for Washington, D.C., And, no, wait a minute. I got this wrong. Hold on. This is supposed to be, oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, as long as I had to fill it up. My software's back, yay, but I just had to check and make sure we had the right. Sometimes it jumps around little cities here that aren't right, and I have to go in and correct it. Anyway, so yes, as you can see here, here's the full moon is on the 3rd and 9th houses, which is the information axis, media, and such in the United States chart. And Venus and Mars, as you can see here, exactly 16 degrees, 1 minute apart, right? So they're exactly staying in that fabulous Airbnb of Saturn. Mars is in a very strong position because it is exalted in the sign of Capricorn, gets a lot of support. And so Venus and Mars, the personal, our passions and our drive are united here, and they're going to be together for the next almost month. I think it's March 12th, they'll finally separate, but they'll be with tag teaming within a degree of each other. So that's pretty intense, very extraordinary. Now, right at this time, it's in the sign of Capricorn, which is, of course, Saturn rules. So they're staying in Saturn's temple or Saturn's house. So what that is saying is, yoking our passion and our drive for, well, we could say a better society of, achievement, ambition, doing the right thing, leaving what kind of legacy or foundation do we want to leave, healthy, a healthy expression of our passions and drives. And so in the sign of Saturn, that might be saying, there's this temperance, there's a kind of, be wise, let's be wise about our ambitions. Let's be mature. Let's think long-term. Let's, not like instant gratification. I have to laugh. I mean, well, I have to say, look, I feel really bad about Barry Manilow. Okay, you probably heard in the news that the government in New Zealand were trying to drive away the protesters, and they were blasting Barry Manilow music, like, I guess 24/7, on a loop, right? And the Macarena, so to drive the protesters away. But then I read that the protesters, it didn't faze them. They stayed. Maybe they started dancing. I don't know. Personally, I like the Macarena. I think it's fun. I love dancing to that at weddings. Okay, maybe I don't want to hear it on a loop. I think that's probably where everybody starts to draw the line with anything on a loop, but I guess that would be, a bit much. So anyway, but Barry Manilow, it's like, okay, I feel bad because can you imagine? I mean, this man, he is now 78 years old. He's going to be 78 or 79. Yeah, he'll be 79 this year. And I feel bad because could you imagine living to that age and then finding out that your music is being used to like drive people away? It's like, I'm sorry. I am not a Barry Manilow fan. Apparently, the listening for his music is that, many people share this sentiment, including the government of New Zealand. However, I can't smile without you, I can't. I mean, yeah, it's a little cornball, but I feel bad that he's like getting attacked and like in a way, they're making fun of him. So I feel sorry for Barry. So I'm just saying, but hey, Moon and Leo, right? Let's just get theatrical here with music and art. However, on a more serious note, I want to talk about art leading into this next thing. And this is really the heart and soul of the message today. It's a short podcast. I don't want to, it doesn't need a lot of explanation, but there was something that I came across the other day that was so profound, and I had to put this in the podcast. And this, I feel, is the real message of this full moon, not only of this full moon in Leo, but also I think it's something that we can take with us the rest of the year, especially because of the heart and Venus and everything that's coming up with Venus is the time goddess of the eclipses, of the North Node eclipses. So let me tell you what it is. And then, I invite you to take this on and hold this in your heart and remember it, because I was very, very moved by it. And I thought you might be moved too. There is every 2 years, there is a very famous art show called La Biennale di Venezia, or better known in English as the Venice Biennale, or Biennale. I don't know how they exactly pronounce when they anglicize things, but the Biennale would be the Italian pronunciation. So that's the biennial. So every 2 years, they have this world-class art installation. It goes for several months. Art, architecture, dance, theater, right? So to be included in the Venice Biennale is obviously a very great honor. It's like the kind of like the Cannes Film Festival of art installations. So there's this woman who is a San Francisco-based artist. Her name is Lynn Hirschmann, and she is doing an exhibition. Get this here. She is doing an exhibition that is going to be from, what is it, April through July, I think? Let me see, hold on. Yeah, she is doing this installation it'll be featured this spring from April through November. And the installation is the heart of this message, I feel, of the new moon, or at least one of them, or a good one to hang our hat on. And that is, logic paralyzes the heart. Isn't that amazing? Simple, right? But logic, you think about the sun in logical Aquarius, the cold, calculated, scientific, reasoning mind, right? This logic paralyzes the heart, the opposite sign of Leo ruling the heart. Logic does paralyze the heart. I think we all know that, but I just love the way she phrased that, and that she's using that as the message for her installation. So why is this useful beyond this full moon? Well, of course, it's good wisdom anyway, but especially with our eclipses in the north node of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, right? Love, connection, heart, and then the south node of Scorpio, letting go, and letting go of control, right? So logic can certainly be a part of that, our logical reasoning mind. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And one of the things she said was that, why did she name this installation Logic Paralyzes the Heart? She said, because the internet and logic, remember, Aquarius rules internet, Mercury, yes, and Aquarius, Mercury, Gemini, internet, but Aquarius for sure, it's science and technology. So because the internet and logic from AI, artificial intelligence, are all based on predictions and expectations rather than empathy. It's like, gosh, we get so caught up in a world of technology and we forget, and it's something we don't want to sweep under the rug. So much of decision-making and our commerce and everything is so driven by AI, and that's all based on predictions, based on the past, right? And expectations, not empathy. So empathy demands consciousness, and it demands presence. It's not based upon past things. If anything, it's a break from the past and saying it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It's like we have to be here now and make these choices and come from our heart with these choices, not our heads. So anyway, I just thought that was really cool. So, hey, if you're having some relationship issues, because let's face it, the full moon in Leo, full moons will bring up emotions. It'll bring up family issues, with the moon representing our comfort and our security zones, our mothers, our homes, children, all of the kush. And with Leo there, it can get, it's definitely like the lion beating his chest, right? And so just to remember that. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. I just thought that would be cool to share with you. Anyway, that's all for now. Just wanted to share that. And I hope you have a very good and jubilant full moon coming from the heart. Not that we throw logic out the window, right? But it's like excessive logic, and only coming from that our heart's desire must always be woven into the equation. And the light that we are, and letting the heart run the show, not the mind. Let the mind should be the servant of the heart, right? It shouldn't be the other way around. Because we know when we've done it that way, what does Dr. Phil say? How's that working out for you? So anyway, yeah, there you go. So there's my little full moon message for you. Anyway, yeah, so I will definitely be back very soon with more coverage. And in the meantime, have a great one, and we will see you soon. If you have any questions or give us a shout out, like, share, subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. Yay! Oh, AI, oh goodness. But from my heart to yours, let us reach it. We can reach lots of hearts being in our heart, and one heart, as my Bikram teacher always says, one open heart in this world. Oh gosh, I'm going to get it wrong. Sorry, Julie. One more, oh, I got it. One more open heart in this world is one more open heart in this world is one more open heart. It never stops. So that's another great message, right? That's what I'm going to leave you on. So, all right. Until next time, see you then. Have a wonderful, wonderful, lovely, jubilant, heart-filled full moon. And we'll see you next time. This is Irlianna Samsara, StarSound Speaks, StarSoundastrology.com. Thank you all for listening. Namaste.